Erika Kirk posted a video on Monday of her late husband, Turning Point USA founder and CEO Charlie Kirk, telling their daughter the story of how they met. Sitting in a place he calls Bill's Burgers, presumably Bill's Bar and Burger, with his toddler daughter on his lap, Kirk begins telling their story.
Story time. So we're here at Bill's Burgers in New York City. And right near this very table was the first time Dada met Mom. And it started as a job interview. And I was asking all these questions, philosophy, religion, Jesus. And then I realized Mama was beautiful and smart, elegant and Christ-like. And so I said, forget this job interview. I want to date you. And I said, I have enough friends. And that's where your journey started.
The full love story goes, Erika was running her own business in New York City called Proclaim Streetwear. If you buy a sweatshirt from them, they'll also give one to a homeless person on the street. She loved Jesus a lot and started this business to honor him. Charlie and Erika first bumped into each other while in line at the airport. From there, they kept in touch. Charlie asked her if she was interested in a job at Turning Point USA. She was like, didn't cross my mind, but sure, I'll interview. The interview entailed a one-on-one meeting with Charlie at a restaurant. Their interview lasted 3 hours because after talking politics and strategy, they just talked about any and everything. The restaurant was closing, so they had to leave. Then Charlie said, "You're really great, but I cannot hire you at Turning Point USA." Erika was like, "Okay, no problem. I still have my business." Then Charlie said, "I cannot hire you because I want to date you." She was completely taken aback. She was like, "Okay." Then they left the restaurant and went their separate ways. On her way back, Erika's mom called her and asked how the interview went. She said, "I didn't get the job, but I got a boyfriend."
Back in 2024, Charlie said at a Turning Point USA event, he knew almost immediately that Erika was the one.
Knew almost immediately. I met her and we had a very, very long dinner, which was very close to almost an interview. And no, you're gonna laugh, but you should absolutely interview for your spouse. By the way, if they don't check the boxes, move on and go to the next one. Dating for dating's sake is bad for you, it's bad for them, it's bad for everybody. You should date with the intent to marry.
The two became engaged in December of 2020 before tying the knot in May 2021 in a very intimate ceremony without bridesmaids or groomsmen. And speaking on her own marriage, June 13th, Erika says, "We figure out the dynamic of at least having a date night at least once a month, at least. But there'll be moments where he's literally about to rush out the door and I won't see him for several days. Kids are wreaking havoc in the kitchen, pulling things out all over, and he just grabs me and he's like, 1 minute. And we just literally stare at each other for a minute and say like, I love you, whatever you need to say. But we have that 1 minute together to reset our hearts. And honestly, that is something that helps recharge the bucket until you get that date night." She's also posted much of her family over the years on Instagram, sharing this tribute to her husband, June 26th. "We are all visitors to this time, this place. We are just passing through. Our purpose here is to observe, to learn, to grow, to love, and then we return home.